Before I start the video, guys, props to Disney. Props to Disney for giving us more good reasons to shit on their brand, because the internet has united again to piss on another live-action remake that nobody asked for. It was a rewrite and included Rachel Zegler with her negative influence on others. Yes. But unfortunately, there is a loud, well, minuscule, but loud, obnoxious, hectic group that is of the Disney shills, with plenty of delusional takes from what I've seen in Mr. Grizzy's channel. But welcome, Only DS fam, to another reaction video. We've got Disney shills defend woke Snow White and Rachel Zegler, and this didn't need to be 12 minutes. I'm surprised it's 12 minutes, so they're doing some hardcore defending, I see, for this bad Snow White remake. Anyways, guys, let's get into it. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's begin.
So, like, are people gonna say they were sorry? Are you gonna apologize to what is still a 23-year-old actress who's been in 3 movies?
Does it matter how many movies she's in? Why does she deserve an apology? Like, give us a very good reason. Enlighten us.
No.
Someone who's never cared about Snow White as a character
Copyright
and honestly
reasons, guys.
doesn't really have any nostalgia for the original animated film and also just did not care. I have to say the Snow White live action remake is actually pretty good. It's solid. It's a good remake. I'm not gonna lie.
For all the things it can't quite get right, the movie...
Oh no, not IGN. Oh, they are very bad at like making reviews. I still won't forgive them for what they how they reviewed Sonic 3. And they give I heard they gave this remake a higher rating than Sonic.
never does wrong by its Snow White.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it watching it. I thought it was fun.
This is a very colorful film. If you like colors, you're gonna enjoy most of this movie.
Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna drive people to the theater seats. Colors, guys. What yellow? There's like blue skies and bright other bright colors that I haven't mentioned yet.
What?
It's got good songs.
It's pretty sad how the mindset of the show works. I'm just saying, guys, like.
It's got pretty colors. It's got decent fairy tale stuff.
Because I had zero expectations. I actually was expecting this to be a horrendous B movie.
But because you've lowered your standards so much based upon all the slop we've been getting from Disney the past several years, this is now acceptable to you.
But it's weird. I watched it and I'm like, hey, this is actually a pretty enjoyable
awful, bro.
family
Like,
movie.
I similarly went in with pretty
If
low
anybody has nightmares from these CGI dwarfs, let me know. Let me know, guys.
expectations.
Expect disappointment and you will never get disappointed.
This one I would say exceeded my expectations. It's certainly not perfect.
Sometimes all that matters is what's on the screen. The breathtaking beauty of this moment is the result of hundreds of artists reimagining a beloved fairy tale nearly 90 years after the original animation. It's a feat worth celebrating and acknowledging.
Ah yes, allow me to translate. Ignore the bad, focus on the good, and just be happy that this movie got made.
Brilliant! Brilliant!
I think we can both agree
Not a great
this
point.
movie's going to be a bigger hit at the box office than maybe predictions, because the whole theater was filled with people dressed up as Snow White.
I don't know where you went to see this movie, but this was my local theater. It's a pretty big one. 8 p.m., 2 hours before showtime. Not a single seat was taken.
Holy shit.
Pi.org is going
By the way, I just checked the opening weekend box office data for 2025 Snow White, and worldwide, if you count both domestic and international, it's at $87 million. Incredible. Disney, when will you ever learn your lesson? I mean, corporate doesn't give a shit about audiences. Oh, Rachel Zegler was great. Now apologize.
Rachel Zegler is the star of this movie. She does a phenomenal job. Her singing is beautiful.
Rachel Zegler is.
That's what also I'm hearing from the other side too, with Tyrone Magnus and D-Day Cobra. They kind of liked her her singing.
Is very clearly a movie star. She is very good in this.
And I think the best thing about it is Rachel Zegler, which I kind of expected going in.
And the biggest pro I have for this movie is, in fact, Rachel Zegler as Snow White.
Just about all of the Disney shills pushed how great Rachel Zegler was in this movie in their reviews, which gave them the confidence to come out and tell all of us how wrong and toxic and insensitive we were in criticizing Rachel Zegler these past couple of years.
The entertainment press decided that Rachel Zegler was the current, hate target.
For whatever contrived controversy people wanted to make up about Rachel Zegler because they didn't like
made up.
Even YouTube
Campa
should be better than this. And that is a sorry fucking low bar to fail to clear.
And there was just a lot of things about Rachel Zegler and her casting and the fact that she was not a white actress playing the role.
Oh my god, are we using that argument again? If she was white, then this movie would be better? No, I don't give it. Well, listen. It's the title Snow White for this movie specifically. I'm not saying for any other movie, but if I remember correctly, there was a line from the original saying that her skin was as white as snow. So this is kind of baiting people. That's all I'm saying.
That was just sort of crappy and stupid.
Oh, so it's crappy and stupid for people to point out the original description of the character and criticize.
There it is, right there. Skin white as snow. Nothing wrong with that, guys. I mean, of course people are going to call out the race swap because it was really unnecessary. Why? Trying to fit your diverse narrative? Oh my god, it's so forced. I'm telling you guys. They don't want genuine diversity. They want to put insert it on their command.
And stupid for people to point
and
out
try to
the
piss
original
people off at the
description of
same
the
time.
character and criticizing Disney for changing it solely for DEI purposes.
And then about her as a fan of the original Snow White, and if she's a big enough fan, if she knows it well enough, that was really kind of being perpetuated and certainly amplified by people that you knew didn't really care about the original Snow White and were not, arguing in good faith and making a real fan argument as much as just kind of the pile-on her.
Yeah, two things. First, to claim that everyone who had a problem with her saying this.
Her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird. So we didn't do that this time.
Is a deflection and a cop-out from addressing the real issue, which is that this was a stupid thing to say. And second, she's said numerous other things that are completely brain-dead retarded,
stuff.
especially when trying to promote your upcoming movie, like this gem where she says that she hopes that people who dared vote for Orange Man never know peace in life.
Rachel Zegler's young.
You know,
when I was in college, I was full of piss and vinegar. Not that I'm not right now, too, but I said a lot of stupid shit.
Real quick, I just love how the microphone is positioned in such a way that it makes it look like his shirt says Cinema Cope.
Oh! That's a great point. This man is the living definition of cope.
And how relevant
attention
that
to detail.
Is to what's being discussed at the moment.
I've heard her say some things. I've never seen her say one thing that is remotely offensive.
Are you living under a rock, Campa? Oh my god. I don't even pay much attention to Rachel Zegler, and I know she said some controversial stuff in the past.
You see, you shouldn't be offended by this, and if you are, you owe Rachel Zegler an apology.
Are you going to apologize to what is still 23-year-old actress who's been in 3 fucking movies that you turned into a
Again, it
target
doesn't
for the
matter
worst
the amount
kind
of movies she
bullshit
was
over
in.
this? just to farm clicks? Say, you know, oh, hey, we shouldn't have done that. This was actually based on nothing.
Yes, I'm making this video to
Fans'
farm
disdain
clicks. Yeah,
towards
no,
Rachel
I'm
Zegler
sharing this
was
with everybody
based
so
on nothing.
people
No,
can
fans
know
hate
how
Rachel
shitty this
Zegler.
movie
I'll put it
is.
simply so even you can understand it. People hate her because she's a cunt. Hit that thumbs up button down below if you agree
I already
with that.
did. I already did, Mr. Grizzy. It's way too over. Sorry about that, guys. We're back. Let me skip over 2 seconds.
It wasn't that bad of a movie, and I feel like it got a lot of hate for no reason.
They want to hate this movie.
So like after a fucking year of the internet losing its goddamn mind about a Snow White movie, all of this bullshit from YouTube gossip, scoop culture stuff, all the usual suspects of that have no fucking idea what they're talking about.
I thought he was gonna say dude bros for a moment. That's another term that these shows like to use. Like, come on, you know you want to say dude bros too, along with that. Incels as well.
You're one to talk.
You really don't want something to succeed. You really don't want, you get off on it failing.
Interesting, coming from a guy who literally gets off while doing fake reaction videos to things like Disney Star Wars and the MCU.
Grogu attracted person.
What the hell was that? So many people wanted to hate this movie so much before it came out, which I think is just a weird thing about this day and age.
Weird. The most hated movie of the year that nobody has seen.
And now there's so much ugliness from people who haven't even seen these things.
Yeah.
They haven't even seen these movies. And that's the shocking part to me.
Oh, so watching the trailers, seeing a first impression of it doesn't count? Like, we can't make our judgment if we want to go see this movie in theaters or not? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, real rejects are like a bunch of dumbasses, I swear. Like, can't believe I used to watch their channel because I was kind of heavy on like watching reaction channels, but yeah. Come to sudden realization that most of them are like fake.
So it is shocking to you that people correctly predicted that this movie was going to be trash.
Rage bait over a film, like, because there are those channels who do when you see like people like dudes in their like 40s and stuff rage, I'm like, I don't think Snow White was your jam growing up.
You care that much
I don't
about
think
Snow White?
you put much thought into Snow White until you saw an opportunity.
God.
And you're complaining about people disliking the movie at 40, like around 40 years old. So what's the difference?
That is such a bad argument. I can literally make that same exact argument, but in reverse. I mean, look at all the men over the age of 40 in this video who are raging because a majority of people don't like a movie that they like or an actress that they like.
Shocking. So like, are people gonna say they were sorry for making
Guys,
all
I'm
the
telling you,
rest
I
of
did not. Oh my god, I didn't see this video prior to like making this.
of us in the press and everyone in the audience actually have to think about and talk about this bullshit?
Wow, so I guess on top of owing Rachel Zegler an apology, you and I also owe these Disney Shills an apology as well because they don't want to talk about this.
Hello there, Your Honor, I want to say I'm sorry for the things I've done.
Not!
Alright, hold on. The dwarves for... Okay. I'm wondering what they're gonna say about the dwarves.
It works for what it is. I thought the voices were really well in here, and I liked the dwarves in general.
Now, as far as the CGI, I liked it. I thought the dwarves worked actually really well in the movie. I actually wanted more with the dwarves.
Looks pretty cool.
Chris, shut up. You have very terrible
taste. Those are the 7 dwarves. Works for me.
This is about as perfect as it's gonna get. I could not imagine this being...
Lilo and Stitch, that's what the next remake is gonna be. It's more passable than Snow White, but still, I have a... I'm kind of in disgust. I'm still in disgust with live action movies.
better in any sort of light.
I mean,
by
they
Disney.
could have casted real dwarf actors to play the roles. You know, it's kind of hard for them to get jobs in Hollywood anyway. Might have been a nice gesture.
For me, the dwarves is the one thing that I have not been worried about. I actually like the decision to make the dwarves look like the original things. And remember,
and by the way, aren't these the people who support like race swapping characters, are for more DEI in Hollywood, want more representation and inclusion in film and television? And yet for some reason they're all fine with these CGI monstrosities taking the place of real actors who have a really hard time finding jobs. Maybe these people don't actually care about the message and it's all just one big massive virtue signal.
It's all bullshit.
Okay, I see you, Mr. Grizzy. I'm trying to pay them bills. Hey.
Cue the incels. Disney paid the critics to say good things.
The dumbest logic I could have ever heard from this is you think Disney would pay someone not to say it's good, but just make it not sound as terrible as it is.
Make
That's
your
the
F a
logic.
C, not an A. It's the plausible lie.
Yeah, it's so it is beyond dumb to me.
Yeah, did you guys not see those early first reactions talking about how unexpectedly great this movie was? Do you honestly think it's a coincidence that people who Disney gave early access to came out with positive reviews of this movie out the gate?
Coincidence? I think not.
So basically, Wicked Shocker, the internet was wrong.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, guess it's time to face the facts. We were totally wrong on this one, you guys. Completely wrong.
But it made me appreciate Snow White more as a character, and that's why I'm going to go and give Snow White a B.
I had a more enjoyable time than I thought, so I'm going to give it 3 out of 5 apples.
But overall, what am I going to give this movie? I would go, for what it does as a remake, I'll go 3 out of 5, 7 out of 10.
Harloff, a 3 out of 5 is a 6 out of 10, you fucking idiot.
Even grown adults don't even know math, like, some of them. Jesus. You would have thought they'd, like, fully grown, like, developed a functioning mindset, every single adult out there. But it turns out some of them are hilariously stupid.
I'm also going to be giving this 3 out of 5.
Rachel Zegler crafts a remarkable, melodic version of the classic princess who leads with her heart.
IGN gives it a 7 out of 10, which we all know realistically means that the movie was trash.
The best Disney live-action remake in a decade.
All of the pre-chatter about this was just such dumb, meaningless bullshit, and none of it turns out to have been for anything. Everyone was mad about nothing for a movie that just kind of comes down to an acceptable 7 out of 10 good remake movie.
Okay, all right, no, seriously, I think I'm done. Ooh, I think we're done. I think that's good.
All right, thanks for watching.
All right, thank you for another great video. Making fun of the Disney shills. John Campa, John Roca, this movie Bob guy, IGN, everybody that was covered in this video. You can go fuck yourselves. Disney, you deserve the middle finger by literally a whole lot of people. And this movie deserves the bomb at the box office. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. And if you enjoyed it, again, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We are closing in on the 1K subscriber goal, so be nice to reach it early. Peace out, guys. Have yourself a great day.